I cannot think of another band where I have such
conflicting feelings.
Someone fucking monkey pawed this band.
Welcome to Every Album Ever with Mike and Alex. My name is Michael Mansour, and I'm joined, as always, by my purple co-host, Alexander Volts. Say hello.
Hello.
This is Every Album Ever, the podcast. I said podcast. Podcast where we listen to every single album in the world, one artist at a time. That's a new discography per episode. And today we'll be discussing every album by
The Blood Brothers.
The who, Alex?
The Blood Brothers.
This is requested on Patreon by our good friend Hillary. Hillary is one of the very few IRL friends that has requested something for us to cover here on Patreon.
Yes.
Maybe one of two, maybe.
One of the nicest people I've known.
One of the best people that we know, for sure.
This is by far the meanest thing she's ever done to me.
I love it. I love already not hiding shit because I thought you were a fan.
No.
Dude, on the fuck when we posted a schedule on Patreon and this was on there, she's like, "Oh hell yeah." Also, I'm sorry. I was like, why are you sorry? Why are you sorry? What are you sorry for? I've seen them live. They're not that bad.
Yeah.
And then I listened to the albums and I like them. I like them. But there's a lot of asterisks and caveats and stipulations in stables and wrestling matches and whatnot. There's all kinds of shit. I don't know where this episode is going to go, but I'm excited.
It's going places.
Oh boy, if you want to help us support us, if you like us, like the video if you like it, dislike it if you hate your mother. It's the only reason you dislike a video on YouTube. Leave comments if you want. Leave your picks for best and worst if you want to play along. You can also subscribe, yada, yada, yada. Tell a friend, yada, 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 yada. It helps us out. And you can also find a Spotify playlist link on the Blood Brothers in the description. We got playlists associated with every episode for the most part. You can find all those at everyalbumever.com. And like we just said, patreon.com/everyalbumever. That's the place you go if you want bonus episodes, super duper early access to the Loose Ends episodes, 20% off all our merch. You get to see our schedules in advance, like we just said. You get to vote on polls to decide who we're covering next. We're almost done with the next poll, Alex.
That's right. Still
getting excited.
Still going in a favorable direction.
It sure is. Okay. It sure is. At least as the recording of this thing. And if you're tier 2, if you're bigger than Jesus, just like Hillary, you can request any artist you want us to hear us shit on or love or whatever it is that we do here, within reason. All right, it's not gonna no 20 album, 30 album discographies, no Prince discographies, Alex.
No,
but for the most part, we will cover it, and it's a good time. And go do that and rad. Okay, Blood Brothers. So you knew? I'm certain you knew them way before I knew them.
Yes, this takes me back. I feel not all my friends, but a good amount of friends like them.
Yeah,
and I never understood why.
I see. Oh, okay.
And I went into this episode like with age. I can admit maybe I was too hard on some bands. Like, I actually think AFI is a pretty okay band now as an adult.
I'm making a lot of enemies with on this episode, Alex.
Where before,
AFI is not too bad. Fuck the Blood.
Pretty much. And you know what? The Blood Brothers would maybe be a cool, weird band I would like, but Johnny Whitney is by hands down one of the worst, most annoying vocalists to ever do it.
Okay, so I thought it was Jordan.
No, Jordan is the guy who looks more British. Johnny is the more effeminate guy.
Johnny's the one with the high voice.
Yes.
I thought that was Jordan.
No.
My notes are filled with shit talking of Jordan because I thought that's who it was.
No.
So I hate Johnny then.
Yes.
Oh, well, we hate Johnny.
We hate Johnny.
And you're right, because he is truly one of the worst singers that it's not even that.
It's not even that it's high pitch.
No, it's not. It's not, because I hate Cedric, but you like Cedric.
I like Cedric, and even a Geddy Lee is fine.
I don't give a fuck about high voice. I don't mind high voices at all. I don't mind any kind of voice as long as I like whatever it is they're doing. he's not even a bad singer. He chooses to do the things that he does.
It is the whininess in which it is delivered.
It's so much more than whiny. And we're already, I like the band, but it's whiny coupled with like cat squeals, coupled with screeching.
Yes.
And I don't mean like cool black metal shrieking. I mean, it's like
not even that. Not even that. That was
more
more
HR.
Like, yeah.
HR is also cool. Yeah. But it's all that coupled with the whininess. And then you get Jordan, I guess, who is the biggest Guy Picciotto copycat I have heard in my entire life. Oh my God. And it's a coincidence that Guy actually produces one of their albums, but maybe not a coincidence, but I mean, holy shit. The operators are singing at the same time.
Yeah.
So what it ends up coming across as this abomination fusion of Guy Picciotto and Cedric that just also sucks.
Yeah.
It's like you get these two really unique vocalists and you think you would get this crazy. It's just really annoying.
Yeah.
I like the music so much though. Like excluding all of that.
That's the problem. And I had seen it before, but I looked it up after I did all my listening. 2 Minutes to Late Night guy, Gorsinio Hall, did a review of Crimes.
Yeah.
And he's like, the problem with this band is for every annoying vocal choice they make, there is equally cool riffs.
Equally, and in my opinion, in many opinions, in many areas, I'm like, fuck it, I'll take it. I'll take the fucking stupid vocals because this riff is so goddamn cool.
Yes. Yeah. Like Morgan, Mark, and what's the guitar player? Cody.
Cody. Yeah.
Like
they have all of them have the most kind of cool. Well, except for Henderson's not that cool. Votolato. Cody Votolato. What? Cody Votolato. Is there a funner name to say in the world? Cody Votolato.
No.
Cody Votolato.
Who ate all the gabagool?
And Mark was Gajadar. I think it's Gajadar. I'm pretty sure it's Indian.
And then like how many Indian American dudes are in like post-hardcore bands? So
the dude from Deaf Heaven is not Indian, right?
I'm not sure. I'm not sure, but yeah, just to like how unique they are, and then
you don't. Yeah, it's very very rare.
And then it's funny because like Morgan looks like the dude from TV on the radio, but they're different people, I swear. So
well, you heard it. Alex says it.
Although I've never seen them in the same room at the same time.
Good point. Yeah. Fucking. There's so many things I really truly love about this band, and my introduction to them was their reunion show.
Mm-hmm.
I got a free ticket, and I didn't even know who they were. I didn't know anybody. I mean, I knew one person I went with, but everyone else was a foreign group of people with a foreign band, and I was like, "This, I get it. It's cool." The singer looked. We kept joking that he looked like Haley Joel Osment now because he gained a lot of weight.
I bet.
And he's very squealy and whiny, but in that context, it wasn't his vocals weren't annoying. It just seemed like he was a screamer.
Probably because he's older and can't hit them.
Well, it wasn't that he wasn't hitting high notes. Yeah. It was just you couldn't hear, at least if you weren't familiar with the songs, and then in the context of a big giant live show and super loud and chaotic, I couldn't hear the actual choices that he was making.
It is cacophonous at times too.
It is, but when it's in like the later albums when it's produced super well, you know exactly what he's choosing to do. Dude, he's hitting every note. All the notes that he's choosing to hit are so goddamn abrasive and they're just wrong notes everywhere, and it's all intentional. I just hate the choices.
I hate it so. And then also the thing that like really did it was I was like, I don't like these vocals, but my friends like them. I think I went to watch him at Amoeba, and I don't know what his stage presence is like these days, but his stage presence in his prime, I was like, I want to punch that guy in the face real badly.
Whoa, hold on. I wasn't expecting it to go that way. What do you mean? Why?
He was just so annoying.
What was annoying about it? What was he doing that's annoying?
Just like the air
guitaring.
No, this like the effeminate like T-Rex arm things. A lot of these like scene singer like.
Oh, okay, that is pretty annoying.
It's just. This like the whole, and another thing like Gorsinio was like, they kind of help birth like modern scene aesthetic, like emo scene, even though it's arguably not even emo music.
No. I mean,
But,
musically,
like,
it's so fucking crazy good.
But like the fucking like ambiguous, like spiky hair, the eyeliner, I didn't know because it was this an awash of things at the time growing up. But he's like, yeah, it was the Blood Brothers. He's like, they started all that. Like,
I didn't know that. Holy shit.
another good comparison he had was like, all your black belts went to white, and like that whole like aesthetic we know as scene.
All the shit that I hated growing up.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, you fucking dorks. Oh, it's because of this band. And goddamn, musically, they're so fucking talented. Like, holy shit. Some of the most inventive, crazy, mathy shit. Like, goddamn.
Yeah, it's such a roller coaster of emotions later on. But
I had a different experience. Mine was a steady rev up in quality. Like, everything it just kept getting better and better for me.
like I said, I have mixed feelings.
But it is.
I get what you're saying, but
it is odd because the first, not counting the EP, the first two records are 20 minutes, dude. Like, they are full on. Like, we're gonna get in, get out. Fucking, we're done. And then within one album, these are hour-long albums, the same kind of songs, but they're just way longer. It's like it's not that they didn't take this giant stylistic shift. It's just the shift was now these songs everything is double.
yeah,
They don't necessarily feel double, I don't think, but it's just that's a big jump.
yeah. I feel like the jump from like March to Crimes is big, but then Burn Piano Island, like having that in between doesn't make the jump seem that crazy.
I felt the jump was crazy with that one.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, yeah. Well,
Especially because it came out the following year. Like, I don't know, it felt pretty wild to me.
Yeah. Yeah.
But already we've said some wild things. How can you fucking deny it? He sucks. I mean, I don't get it, dude. Like, I mean, even like fans of this band, you can't say like, no, how could you not like his voice? You know why we don't like his voice.
Oh, it's annoying. It's annoying by choice. And then like, I had no idea this was a thing. And I hate to keep like quoting Arsenio, but like I had no idea like sasscore and queercore was a thing.
I never heard those terms until right now.
They're like credited under the genres. I probably shouldn't have put my hand up because it's the camera.
You're fine.
But yeah, I had no idea those things existed until I heard like Gorsinio, and then going on the Wikipedia and seeing that. So it's just like, it's weird, like how they have their hands and like a lot of things, and they kind of just burn bright real quick. And yeah, the vocals are just, it's too much of a hurdle for me to ever listen to these albums on my own. And like, gun to my head, if there's only like, no, that's whatever. I'll talk about each album when we get there. I'm flabbergasted, like you said.
This is okay. If you're a fan of mathy, proggy, crazy shit, the vocals are just
to latch onto.
But the thing is, the vocals are just what down the middle, a deal breaker or not a deal breaker.
Yeah,
that's just what they are.
Yeah,
and for me, they are a deal breaker. Like, even though I found myself like loving shit, like this is so fucking good. If you're always thinking about the vocals, like maybe for one or two albums, I'm gonna say two albums, they are not a deal breaker. Like, I think the albums are so good that I don't even give a fuck.
Oh, but shit.
Even like other stuff where I'm writing down like, this is great, this is awesome, hate his fucking voice. Like, those songs are ruined for me, even though they're good songs. Later on, I can forgive it, but like for a while,
it got to a point where like a normal person, like you said, they're deal breakers or they're not. But like, yeah, when you're reviewing it, you almost have to ignore or like talk about it in depth. You have to ignore them at a certain point. Otherwise, I'm going to be a broken record.
Yeah.
So,
yeah. And especially because they're the only thing that kind of doesn't change in the band or don't evolve in the band.
I disagree.
Really? I think they get better. I think they get way better, and they do change a little bit, but compared to the music, like...
Spoiler alert. I'm going to say his vocals start toward... I could tolerate them on the first album, and they progressively get more annoying. Well, the music starts off kind of generic and gets more interesting. So that's why I have these...
I do disagree.
Yeah.
I think everything across the board gets better and better and better.
That's why I have the extremely mixed feelings down the line, because I'm like, they're good musicians.
They are.
And they're
wild.
Yeah.
All right. So let's talk a little bit about the band. So we got some stuff here from our boy Tom Osman, our history guy. Don't forget to follow him on all social media, on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook at Tom Osman Sounds, as well as his Substack, tomosman.substack.com. And don't forget to check out his debut album, So Much for All in a Day's Work, which you can find on Bandcamp, Spotify, Apple, all the places. Links in the description for all of his stuff. So do that. Good dude. Helps us out a whole bunch. He's got... Okay, so he has a bunch of interviews with Jordan, 2 interviews with Jordan, one with Morgan, and then some other websites. Like there's a fan website apparently I think is like really, really janky and in broken English, which is I find to be pretty funny.
Probably like from another country.
Oh, for sure. But
there's Morgan. I swear that's not the guy from TV.
Oh, right. Yeah, good point. But anyway. Yeah, so they started out as the original members: Jordan, Johnny, Mark, Morgan, and Devin Welch. Who I forget who it was that wanted to do some stuff with him after Blood Brothers. I think it was.
They have like a million bands that started after Blood Brothers broke up. Yeah,
a bunch of split bands. It might have been Mark and Morgan went back with Devin or something like that. And let's see. This is from Tom. And he says the band was formed in 1997 by then teenagers and vocalist Jordan Billy. Man, I'm gonna have trouble saying that. Jordan Billy, Johnny Whitney, who would serve as keyboardist, as well as drummer Mark Gajadar. The 3 were shortly joined by bassist and keyboardist Morgan Henderson and guitarist David Welch. And then after the first 7-inch, Cody would replace Welch. And it would hang out till the end, to the very end. So there's not like a whole lot of history there. And I don't have Dick on the first EP, but might as well jump into all the stuff.
Yeah,
Unless you got more info, because
no.
It's pretty
I was gonna say, I was surprised about the lack of information on this band.
Yeah.
And partially why I did nothing but quote Arsenio Hall, because in that 3-minute,
yes, he did it.
In that 3-minute video, he did a good job. So
hell yeah, So the first, might as well just jump into all the stuff. Yeah, we're gonna be covering what is it, 7 records total or 6, 7. No, 6. I'm an idiot. 6 records total. First record came out in 1997. Last one, 2006. They had a reunion in 2014. I couldn't believe that's how long it's been since that show. I was like, it wasn't 2014. They must have reunited again after that. Nope, it was that long ago.
It does feel like my friendship with you, like I met you yesterday, no matter how much time
it's been passes. Like a decade. Yeah. It's been a fucking decade.
Insane.
Crazy. So crazy. But yeah, so we might as well jump into it. We're going to be covering, the first EP as well as the 5 studio albums. And I guess here we go. The first EP, it's not streaming. You can find it on YouTube. You can probably find it in other places, but here it is, 1997's The Blood Brothers EP.
So I don't know who that is.
I think that's Johnny.
Yeah,
I mean, it's Jordan.
Yeah. And then Johnny's doing the screaming.
So immediately I was enraged. Really? I hated this.
I was. Sure.
Yeah.
It's so funny like that. Yeah.
I hate that style of punk vocals so much.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think I was just like anything that's not the high pitch whiny stuff. I'll tolerate.
I prefer him screaming like this.
Oh, yeah.
100%.
Yeah.
But on later tracks, it's mixed so badly that it fucking hurts. Actually hurts my ears. And it sounds like dick. Yeah. So this is like the simplest song they'll do for a while.
Yeah.
And it's understandably very chaotic and noisy and garagey. It's a demo quality EP.
Yes. Yeah, I think, for what it is, like a short 4-song EP that's this kind of, well, not any now, it's old, but at the time maybe like, oh, this is like new punk.
Yeah. And Worsley's favorite.
Wow.
Yeah. I don't like this EP. I was worried.
Wow.
I was like, I know they get better. I know they develop and they eventually get better production, I guess. But this, like that song, I was like, oh, I don't like this. I get it. I'm a fucking obsessed with hardcore punk, but it's just, already the vocals I knew were going to be a problem from the get-go.
Yeah. I was surprised that it wasn't what I know as the Blood Brothers.
Yeah.
Because I have not heard this EP or the first 2 albums. And then, I thought, I don't know who this is for other than like hardcore fans of the band. It's not like something people need to rush out and listen to. But I just thought it was pretty to me, inoffensive.
It's not even that bad. And I thought it was rough when I first heard it, but I did very much hear like, oh, there's obviously potential. These guys are obviously going to get better.
Yeah.
And it's not even that bad. And
I think honestly, that's what it works as. Like you can hear it and you can kind of envision okay, they can grow.
It's sloppy and it's produced super badly, but there's something there. And it's not that the songs are bad. Like Red Blooded American Girls is the only song I actually don't like on the EP. There's only 4 songs. I like the other 3 songs, but the drawbacks ruin the whole experience. Like I think they're good songs. I like the songs, but the vocals, they're really, really dog shit. Like this is, I'm not offended by bad production, but the way it's mixed is just like it's hard to listen to.
Yeah.
And then the second track is while the party was kissing. I was like, oh, this is hard to make with the riffs because the production is so bad. But there is some really unexpected arrangement choices. I think this thing is very ferocious. It's very cool. I actually like this. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, Act 2. Now You're the Bitch comes on. I am baffled. I was like, I did not see that coming.
That's the best song on this EP.
I think so. Yeah. I think so too.
It has like a killer like drum intro. It's like weird. It's just it is an outlier. There's like a part that even sounds like nu metal a little bit.
It's so strange. There's shakers. There's a really groovy bass line, and then it gets really big and loud. Painful to listen to in spots for sure, but I didn't see it coming. So that's when I was like, my ears are perked. Okay, I like them as musicians at least because they're not doing. I have no idea they were going to do this. Very cool. It won me over in the end. It has problems, I think, as a song, but. Johnny's screams are like the stock cougar sound effect. On here, they're so cat-like.
Yeah.
And they will get more cat-like, I think, in the future. But out the gate, like, holy shit, this is piercing. It's like, it fucking hurts.
I don't mind his vocals as much on this and the next one. Like, I was just like, oh, shit. Maybe I could tolerate this.
You were wrong.
I was.
The last track is Blood Bank, which at first I was like, this is rough. And it's over immediately and it has like the worst production on the EP. But some of those riffs are just too fucking cool.
There are some like creepy choices made on there.
Great fucking riffs on there. Especially like in the slower breakdown section of it. It's hard to make out, but they're fucking cool riffs. So it won me over also. And yeah, it's not even like it's a bad EP, but it was like, this is rough. And then listening to everything like this is clearly, I can't. I'm never going to go back to this ever.
I mean, yeah, I don't, again, willingly not going back to anything, but it was over quick. though the Jordan vocals don't annoy me as much as they annoy you.
Yeah.
So I thought this was just a fine little EP.
Fair enough. And it's only like 8 minutes long. It's pretty.
It's over. Short. Yeah, it's over before you know it.
But time for their first actual record. This came out in 2000. A few years later, this Adultery is Ripe. I don't mind this either.
I was like, do I like this song? And then I do.
I do too.
Yeah,
I do too.
So
annoying, but
it's up full bitch mode yet.
He sounds more like student from Adolescence. I forget his fucking name.
Oh yeah, that's out of my wheelhouse.
Tony Cadena. I didn't have to look it up. I remembered as soon as I looked it up. Tony Cadena. Is it Tony? I gotta always be sure.
I don't have to look it up. Goes and looks it up.
I gotta be thorough. Tony Reflex, but his name is Tony Cadena. Nope, his name is Tony Reflex. Pseudonym was Tony Cadena.
Yeah.
Pseudonym. Is that the whole song?
Almost. Pretty much.
Almost. Close enough.
I feel like this is kind of a bitch move, but I'm just gonna give this personal favorite.
Interesting.
Just because it was the smoothest, easiest listening.
It's 21 minutes
for me.
Fucking short as hell.
And not full bitch vocals. It went down real smooth and easy for me. And then to my surprise, produced by fucking Matt Bayless,
dude, fucking amazing.
Well, yeah, one of my favorite producers, and I had no idea he worked with them. So
dude, I didn't know who Matt Bayless was until this because Tom's notes here. Fucking, so if anybody doesn't know Matt Bayless, he was the founding member of Minus the Bear, but he left after their only good album.
I've never listened to them. So
sorry, hold on. Sorry, I'm gonna get juicy in the gossip of that one, but. He also did Isis, Soundgarden, Pearl Jam, Botch, Mastodon, Fall of Troy, Burnt by the Sun, Norma Jean. The motherfucker has got a resume.
Yes.
But Minus the Bear, I only got into one album, which was Menos El Oso, which I think it's just Minus the Bear, but in Spanish. And it's one of the most incredibly impressive guitar records. Just guitar is making sounds you would never imagine a guitar is making. And it's super impressive. And the vocals are pretty fucking and whiny. Not whiny, but just
come there for the
You're a hot guy trying to sound hot. That's what it sounds like. It's pretty bad. But the record is very fucking cool. After that, they became a bad band. Now I understand why.
It's Matt Bayless.
Also, I'm not gonna give out any names, but I did know someone who had been on tour with them. Apparently, they were fucking horrible people. Horrible people. I'm not gonna say any specific names of the members of the band or who told me, but goddamn, I'm glad I didn't like the music after that though. Oh boy. But that's great. So he I guess he co-produced this. I don't know. Well, it was him and who else? I'm gonna look it up right here on the wiki. Or does it say?
And the Blood Brother.
That makes sense. Yeah, him and the Blood Brothers. Shit.
Yeah.
But very short. It's a progression. It is an obvious progression. These are crazier fucking songs.
There's nothing even remarkable here. It's just it's fine. And I had a decent time with it. I
enjoyed it. The vocals did start to immediately get on my nerves, the intro to Dr. Doctor.
Yeah.
Oh, so far people have heard some, but they don't this is the beginning of the annoying whininess. This is the beginning of it.
I'm gonna play some Dr. Doctor.
Yeah.
That's John.
That's Johnny?
Yeah.
Yeah, he sucks. I hate Johnny.
What have you done? All right.
Yeah,
So he goes on for a while.
That's the beginning. That's the beginning, though.
But the song gets great. It's a very cool song. It's such a conflicting song, man, because I fucking hate that so much. But my God, is it fucking rule in the middle? It fucking rules. Ah, God damn it.
You can also tell they're very, very young here when you get to a song like James Brown, where it's just like only young people have energy to record a song that chaotic in nature.
It is absolutely hideous.
Yes.
It is not for everyone, and it's not even objectively good, but I appreciate it, especially that shift in the latter half of it.
Yeah.
So that's another thing. Like they're pretty mathy. They're pretty mathy and almost mathcore-y because it's not like full on you're counting all the things you're doing like a Dillinger, but the way songs will just become a different song in the middle, and then it'll become a different song not long after that, and then it'll go back to the first section, and then like, oh, that's what ties it all together. The shifts are blindsiding.
Yes.
Crazy blindsiding.
Yes, insanely fast album. Yeah, even like ventures into metal a little bit on Mutiny on the Ark of the Blood Brothers.
Oh yeah,
There's like a little metal breakdown there, which is funny. The way Johnny looks, if you just saw him, as you'd be like, this band probably does 100 breakdowns. And I will say, I do appreciate they look like it, but the music is not
like that.
Not basic at all.
Not like that at all. It is way more interesting. It's way better. And so Mutiny on the Ark of the Blood Brothers is a good example of how I feel about the most of the album, if not all of it. I basically adore the second half of every song here, and I'm lukewarm on the first half because that's how different the second half. Like that's how different the turns are.
Yes,
when they fucking change it up in the middle of a song, it changes. Like holy shit.
Also, to do this in like the longest tracks on here are 3 minutes 30 seconds basically.
Yeah.
To do this in like 3 minute, 2 minute songs is pretty nuts.
It's pretty nuts. But it's still very fucking cool.
Yeah. Also, there's not a lot of fun to be had on here in terms of tone, but the title track,
that's the one.
That's
the one poppy type of thing.
It is kind of an outlier on here. And then like Jennifer, that song just slapped. Jennifer could be an opener on like a different album.
Jennifer's great. Evil as hell. Very strong. I mean, it's over so quickly that it's hard.
It's hard to get mad at it.
Yeah, the only song I don't like is Marooned on Piano. Jesus Christ, Marooned on Piano Island. It's just as interesting as the rest of them, I think, especially in some of the textures. But I just don't find it to be that memorable or as memorable as the others.
I would agree with that. It is that one and Face are like the, dare I say, the weakest. And even though,
the Face and the Embryo.
Yeah,
I like it. It takes a minute to show what it really is, though. Mm-hmm. Like I said, like sometimes these take a while for me to be like, oh fuck, that is pretty rad. And I was pretty upset at the vocals, but it wasn't like I was still, I guess, waiting to get used to them or to get the Stockholm syndrome or to just something. I think in the end I won't be able to come back to this one because I just don't like them that much. Yeah. I don't like the album enough for that, even though I do think it's a good album.
Yeah. I gave it personal this because, hey, feels good. Well, in comparison to everything else, feels good.
I think it's a refreshing take on post-hardcore because when you think post-hardcore, you do think a lot of stuff. I mean, we covered plenty, like Unwound and Ferrokit and stuff, and you kind of get you know exactly what it's gonna feel like. At least this doesn't feel like that.
Or like you hear those bands and you're like, they all hang out. You hear this, you're like, they're not associated with them at all, right?
It feels like it could be classified as the same thing, but it's not, or it shouldn't be, even though I guess technically it is, but. Alex's personal favorite, cool album, very brief, worth a shot if you can get over the vocals. They do get worse.
Hell yeah, they do.
But this is the follow-up. This is 2002. This is March on Electric Children. actually think this song is very cool.
I thought I was on board. And yeah, for Blood Brothers. Fuck you. Fuck you. Fuck you so much.
It's whiny. But listen to these fucking arrangements of these riffs.
Oh, yeah.
They're crazy.
Could I just, Epitaph Records, could I just get these as instrumentals? I would buy the shit out of those.
It'd be a lot cooler.
Also, that threw me off because I saw, when I went to listen to it, I saw Epitaph. I was like, I don't remember them being on Epitaph, but I guess they purchased.
It's a reissue, yeah.
Yeah, they purchased the rights to their albums.
This song has already gone through a mid. I actually like this a lot. It's so weird. It's so fucking weird. I love it.
I guess in that instance, it's an acceptable example.
So this song alone is already a perfect example of how batshit they went.
Yeah.
Like, how many songs have we heard basically in one?
You might as well play the whole song. It's almost fucking over.
Basically, might as well. It's so mathy. There it is.
Yeah, that song is 1:40, and we heard like 5 different songs on there.
Yeah, so this album is 24 minutes long. It's a concept album, which if you want a 24-minute concept album, right on.
Hey, I kind of wanted to save it for a different band we have coming up, but I like the idea of short concept.
You said it in the past. I like it too. I'm a big fan of that.
It's like taking the trope of a concept album, that they're these like bloated, huge, epic things, and being like, oh no, we're just gonna slam that out real quick.
That's actually my next project. But it's to me, it's a musical short story, and that's the way I find it to be far more fascinating than this long epic with all these characters. I'm not into that shit. But
I love it depending on the band,
I suppose. But cool album. I think it's better than the last one. I think everything is better in some way as it goes along, in terms of the structure and in terms of the insanity. I think it is far wilder,
dude. Yeah, if you guys thought that first song was like hard to get, the next song after is like even more brutal.
Oh, meet me at the waterfront after the social.
Some of these songs I just refuse to say the full.
They're long and obnoxious for sure.
And the title track, they have that opening guitar riff, which I think is really cool. But then there's so much chaos going on, you almost forget the guitar riff is there, which is something I feel like they're aware of. And on their later albums, they're actually better at being like, oh, we have this cool riff, whether it's on the keyboard or the guitar, and they do a way better job of highlighting it.
Better production, way better at not burying other instruments. Here, this is also Matt Bailey's produced or co-produced, and it sounds better than the last one for sure, but it still has problems where things get buried. Like the last one, which I didn't mention, it sounds like the guitar, at least one of the guitars, I'm sure both of them, or DI, which is a really, really very recognizable distortion sound, which is very, flimsy and kind of weak. Don't know for sure, but it sure sounds like it. This one sounds a lot better. But the title track was where I was like, God damn, the music is so solid. I'm actually sort of able to tune out some of these vocals. Like, I'm starting to these are crazy good songs.
The one I kind of had, fuck it. I had a fun time with Kiss of the Octopus.
It is enraging vocals, but too strange not to like.
But also, it's really strange. And then that's probably like the first time they start doing something hooky. It's an absolute mess in the best way possible. But then on the main course, you get this like big rock and roll, like, do you want to live forever, baby? Fuck yeah. It's fun. It's a fun thing to sing.
It is fun. It is very rock and rollish in that spirit. And even the awful vocals make it stand out in, like, especially that chorus or that whatever the hell it is. It makes it stand out amongst the others in a way I don't hate, and I don't know why I don't hate it. Like, that's how I feel about most of this. I don't even understand how this album is so good, because I hate so many things about it, most of the vocals. But like I just, like math rock, or not math rock, but like mathcore. It's a hard genre because everything is like, you're just, okay, there's a million riffs thrown at you in weird time signatures. But this is in a way that's so almost absurd. Like, this is so fucking weird. This is so crazy. These are such inventive and ridiculous riffs. I fucking love it.
Yeah, you can't. Yeah, well, if you're a music nerd and you like this like abrasive, harsh music, repeating it's so hard to deny.
Yeah,
the songwriting at its core.
Exactly that. Fucking was it like Simon's Gun? It has like these crazy snare clicks and the awesome bass.
It's kind of funky. Oh man, that song. Yeah, that like piqued my interest. And
which one is it? It's Junkyard J versus the Skin Army Girls, High Fives, La Hives. That's the full name of the song. It's fucking assholes. But it's so cool. It sounds like a super fast Jesus Lizard with those guitars, with those riffs. Like that type of Dwayne Dennison, really eerie, ringy arpeggio type thing. It's that, but it's way spastic, way faster. I think it's very cool.
And then, I think American Vultures.
Oh yeah,
the closer.
Holy shit.
It's a great closer. At the time, it's weird because they're more aggressive here. But also, American Vultures is kind of like telling you the direction the band's going to be going in.
It's a fascinating, weird song. So that wraps up the story of the concept, the concept album part of it. So before you put it on, because it's such a thing that you won't be expecting, and it's also like, wait a minute, are these dudes just fucking theater nerds?
Yeah,
it feels like a fucking like. I mean, it's vampire music, dude. Just put it on because it's fucking it's dork, nerd, vampire theatrical music.
But also, I think for people like me who only heard their last two albums, it's like, oh, of course this makes sense.
Yeah. Not this part.
We'll get there.
I forgot it starts out with the most annoying fucking thing ever.
Same. I maybe should have wrote a timestamp, but
this is like a solo in a vampire play.
Yeah. They should play this on the TV show, What We Do in the Shadows.
Actually, honestly, so it's fucking kooky. It's kind of ridiculous, but I fucking like it.
And like it works.
It does work, and it would not work if it wasn't that well written. Which is. It's such a unusual and kind of delightful closer. But
this band is like someone serving me the best piece of cake I've ever had, but then you do have to eat shit on top of it.
That just makes it shit. You're just eating shit at that point.
But that cake is so fucking good.
Cake is damn good. It's very well made cake. Oh boy. But we're about to take a shift to long albums now.
Oh,
they are long, but they are. I don't. It didn't bother me as much as I thought it would. But anyway, might as well jump into it. Here it is, the first big jump in quality production wise. I think you're going to hear. This is 2003's "Burn Piano Island Burn."
And that was kind of evolved into, I don't want to say its final form, but
not quite. But I like this. I like this a lot.
It's a cool song name.
It's 40 seconds too. We're gonna hear the whole thing,
and then the next song. But this is called Guitar Me.
Guitar Me.
Yeah, it's a cool intro.
That's fucking rad. It's super fucking rad. I mean, I might as well just. it's over.
Yeah, I didn't know if you were gonna play fucking greatest hits. Also, this is probably a fucking hot take. This is my worst, least favorite.
Here's what I will give you, because I don't have any strong feelings for this band.
Yeah.
it is. I believe it is the worst of the last 3 albums.
So I gave it worst, least favorite, because even though on the next album there are things that I arguably really, really hate, really hate.
Really?
But I can admit, they're doing some things really well too.
They sure are.
And to me, this album they are stuck between 2 worlds, and they're going through growing pains. And even though I objectively don't like things,
yeah.
And so you get this kind of meh album where it's like, one, they always want to be annoying, but there's a choice in how they're going to be annoying. And like here, it's like, are we going to do it with the vocals? Or are we going to do it with like abrasive, harsh music? And it's kind of straddling these 2 worlds and not doing either well for me.
I like it. I think it's a good album. I think it's flawed, and I think it's actually too long.
And then I think the length, like towards the end,
it does,
I'm just like,
you feel it. You start to feel it.
This should have ended a long time ago.
Honestly, this is the only album that I felt was like, holy shit, end this album already. But I still like a whole bunch of it.
Also, we should say, produced by the new metal god himself,
Ross Robinson.
Hell yeah.
Fucking Machine Head, dude, Korn, Limp Bizkit, Slipknot, Sepultura, Norma Jean, Detente, Fear Factory, Concrete.
If he's not like one of the richest or like at the time one of the richest producers, he fucking should be, because this man had his hands in some of the biggest new metal acts.
Oh yeah, maybe not the most
not the best music quality, but
maybe not the most artistically valuable artist.
No, but this guy's probably got a house full of platinum records.
Oh, easily, which is wild that. Fuck it, whatever. But so a little. I mean, there's not much backstory here, but Jordan did have a couple things to say about the album art. He says, quote, on our past 2 records, Adultery and March On, Morgan did both of those. With March On, he wanted to take sort of all the ideas and make them into concrete images. With the new one, we wanted to try something completely different than the style of artwork we've been trying before. So Cody, Johnny, and our friend Jaeger designed all that. Wanted something really colorful, something that looked almost silk-screened. I actually do like the cover of this album a lot.
I think it's okay. I think all their album covers, except for one, are pretty atrocious.
I don't know about that one. They're not
that's
great.
Bad.
I like one. You're right. I like one as well.
Yeah.
I like this. I like 2. I like this one too. But
this would be my second favorite.
Yeah, mine too.
Yeah.
So and now onto like the songwriting process, which is an interesting thing. Like how do you make these fucking songs? They are completely batshit, and then you have Jordan and Johnny being super annoying. But Jordan says our songwriting process is kind of boiled down to a science almost. Cody and Morgan will have a riff or maybe a skeletal structure of a whole song. 3 musicians in the band will get together and kind of work it out and exchange ideas, while me and Johnny either go and work on lyrics or watch. So hold on. So now we know who we like and who we don't like.
Yeah.
It's so I wasn't expecting it to be that cut dry.
Even without hearing that quote, I know who I like.
The thing is, it's like I didn't expect it to be like the singers are literally doing nothing for the music. I mean, he says here, it's pretty basic. We'll come in and make suggestions. Maybe a part needs to be richer, and we'll take like a rough cut of it, put whatever lyric. But and then he says, right, Johnny is really good at writing kind of hooky melodies to pretty chaotic parts, so it all works out. And I don't think Johnny's like organ stuff comes into play until much later.
Mm-hmm.
So at this point, it's like you have these incredible 3 musicians making these amazing songs, and then these assholes screaming over it.
Like I said, fucking growing pains here.
I think the songs are still pretty good though.
I will say, yeah, the production is sleeker on here for sure.
For sure. And even stuff like, which I imagine you have a huge problem with, Ambulance versus Ambulance.
What did I write about that song?
It is the most emo sounding song on the album.
Oh yeah. Okay. So I tried listening to this right after I listened to the last album. And then when I got to Ambulance versus Ambulance, I had to walk away.
Really?
I just turned it off. I'm like, I need to go for a walk. I need to cleanse my palate or something. maybe come back to it the next day. I came back to it the next day. I'm like, I'm fucking tired.
Hold on, dude. Hold on.
Yeah.
Hold on, dude. I get it. The
Yeah.
emo moments aren't great. I still like it. I still actually don't even mind the emo parts.
Yeah.
I think that bass sounds fucking awesome. I think it's punchy. And I don't mind the song so much.
That's the song where I tapped out. I was like, previous albums, real short. I can listen to these in a row. I physically cannot listen to them in a row. I can maybe like have them on, but I'm mentally not going to be there.
I think USA Nails is one of their best songs. I fucking love it.
That was kind of interesting.
Some of those sections are just absolutely incredible. These guitar lines are fucking twisted and unsettling. They got these creepy, weird backup vocals that are like kind of low in the mix, and they're not screamed or sung. They're just sort of there. Super tight arrangements. I dig it a lot.
Other things I like, the title track, the clean guitar parts around 3 minutes.
Dude.
Those are real.
In like the last 40 seconds, right? It's like at the very end.
That's exactly what I wrote. That's exactly what I fucking wrote.
So good. It's so good. So many.
That's exactly what I fucking wrote. The clean guitar parts and then the last 40 seconds. Like,
hell yeah.
Well, I think that is at the 3. Yeah, this is the same thing. Yeah. So here we go. The greatest part of this album to me. So good. And the vocals aren't like at a 10 here.
They're fine. I think they're fine.
Jeez.
This is fucking awesome.
I just want to cut off the rest of the song. Just have this.
Oh shit. That's so fucking rad. So that part is great. There are moments of there, not just in that song, but in other parts, really remind me of like a Wars Volta, like in terms of the style of writing, and certain things in here make me fucking cringe, dude.
I wish I called them Worse Volta growing up to my friends. I would have paid money to be that.
Oh shit!
It's not even that clever.
No, because they don't even sound like Volta all the time. Like almost never. Just in a few songs.
Yeah.
And the other time that I absolutely hate, and I do like the song, but these parts are so bad to me. Every breath is a bomb. Some of these fucking moments are just so cringy and Volta-y, but in a way it's like, oh god, it's like fucking I just hate those progressions. But I still like the song because there's so many sections of the song, and so many of the sections are just so good.
That's kind of one of the highlights to me. Is that's a prime example of these vocals are really, really pushing my buttons. But the way that song evolves and changes, I think is cool.
What is it? I mean, there's so many songs in there. There's a few more I want to talk about. Cecilia and the Silhouette Saloon.
That's another highlight for me.
Now that is the first time we get Johnny's organ ripping and like carrying the song and making it feel like integrated. It takes a while before it becomes fully integrated with the band, but that's like the first glimpse that we see of it.
Also, like the back half of this was so miserable and samey to me that like having Cecilia was like, oh shit, okay.
I didn't think it was miserable, but I do think I Know Where the Canaries and Crows Go and God Bless You, Bloodthirsty Zeppelins are both pretty rough, and they're back to back.
And then again, it's at the end of a long album, and
I don't mind the Salesman Devon Max so much because it has some acoustic guitars in there, which we haven't had before. It's but it's
obnoxious.
It's obnoxious because of Johnny's shitty. Maybe it's Jordan's. I forget. Shitty Guy Picciotto vocals. Shitty Guy Picciotto ripoff vocals.
Yeah.
Like it took me a while to warm up to Guy's vocals, but I like his voice now. I love his voice now.
I think
I will never love this guy's voice.
I think I just always liked them because they weren't Johnny. And I remember when they split off, and I'll look it up later when we get towards the end. When he started a band, I was like, I'm actually going to listen to that one, because now you've taken away the thing I hate the most.
Interesting.
So I remember like being kind of excited for that, and then listening. I was like, it's okay. It's not amazing.
He's less annoying, 100%, but he's also just mimicking a different singer that I already like and know and very familiar with. So they both annoy me almost the same amount.
No, there's one winner here for the most obnoxious Blood Brother vocalist.
He's definitely more obnoxious. Speaking of obnoxious, I think he's unforgivable in the shame.
Oh,
I think it's Johnny. Is that Jordan?
I don't.
Either way, he just stinks.
Yeah.
I don't know fucking know. Sorry.
Whoever that is.
Because I love the song again. It bums me up because of how much I love the song. Let's take the most melodic thing on the album by miles. It's done really well. And the way it builds up is so well done.
They kind of know how to do closers.
They're pretty fucking good at closers. That one, and it has like the thing where it builds up super loud, then it chops off and it ends abruptly. But
at least it's not a bitch ass fade.
It's not a bitch ass fade. Damn right. But it feels good. Like it builds up for a long time too. It's not like just like a quick kind of, it builds up for a while. It feels great. I think there's a ton of great songs in here. Some of their best is on here, but it is rough in areas and it is too long. But Alex is worse than least favorite. But we still got some more. We still got a couple more, baby.
It's crazy how I gave that worse and least favorite, and there are things I'm going to get more upset at.
Here we go, baby. Here we go. So here we go.
This is the breakout album.
This is 2004's Crimes.
Signed a V2, which I don't think is around anymore, but at the time considered a big label.
Man, they're not around anymore, huh? Oh, they're purchased by Universal. Already very more rockin' than they've ever been. The most rockin'.
Yes.
More accessible. You can hear what they're playing. Slower.
I think it's kind of...
I'm not bothered by that. Not bothered so much.
They're the worst. This is his worst, most obnoxious form.
Really?
On this
I don't mind this at all.
No, I fucking...
On this song right here?
Right here.
I'm not bothered by this.
Right here on this album, ooh, man. Let me tell you, if the music wasn't
spectacular,
this would have easily got it. Oh, fuck, I hate it. Like a fucking chihuahua.
Oh. You hear the piano in the background? I think it was. Yeah. So that one bleeds immediately into Trash Favorite Trash, which I like even more, honestly. Personal favorite.
Whatever. There's no good way to divvy these.
No.
People like what they like.
I really like this. I was it just felt like a better version of the last album. It is more accessible. It's less mathy. It's less crazy.
But like, goddamn, when they have something catchy here, and I guess I'm just getting old because, younger me would have been like, no, brutal, fat. But like older me is like, no, now when they have something hooky, they latch onto that and they do it. Goddamn, I
like every song on this album. Every single song.
Oh, real quick. Yeah, I forgot Trash Flavored Trash while we're still on it. I forget my friends with I don't know what he's saying, but it's fun to sing. Rowdy Piper.
Not bad. I love that song. Fucking rules. And so
honestly, those two songs kind of feel like holdovers, though. Like they could have been on the last album.
Yeah, they're both they're chaotic and they're mathy and they're crazy, but already you can hear more textures, more layers. It sounds like they're taking things really seriously with the instrumentation now. They're adding more instruments and all that.
I
it's slower. Like I said, more. It's simpler. It's not simple. It's just simpler.
I like what Morgan said, where he's like, it's not even that we're playing. I'm this reading off Tom. I'm not quoting him verbatim, but like, it's not even that they're weird instruments. It's that they sound weird because we come from that like hardcore music background.
Exactly. He says that they're not odd instruments. They're just regular instruments on odd music. Yeah, essentially. Which is a good way to put it. And I think it does sound really, really good.
I fucking totally forgot about Love Rhymes
with Hideous Car Wreck
and how fucking huge that song was.
I didn't know it was huge. I never heard it.
Maybe not like that was maybe like the first time a song wasn't actively being played on the radio, but when you went on MySpace, you could not avoid that fucking song.
Oh, damn. MySpace days.
That song was plastered all over MySpace.
Holy shit. I dig it. Compared to the rest, it's way indie. It's super indie.
It's the poppiest, catchiest thing they've done at this point.
At this point, yep. Which is, it would be jarring, except the fact that I
think it was a smooth transition.
Exactly. They take their big moments, but they're always like, one at a time kind of thing. Mm-hmm. Like they'll do one crazy poppy thing on the next album, and then on the album after that they'll do one whatever different thing. So it's like they'll gain one new trick essentially, and they'll bring that over and carry it over. So they keep adding different layers. And the organ stuff I think is fucking awesome. I think like Peacock Skeleton with cricket, dude, fucking. And it's just the songwriting in general has taken a huge leap forward, but the organ stuff sounds fucking awesome.
It does. Yeah. Peacock's like the first time where like the previous albums, we talked about how these things get buried. Peacock Skeletons is like, no, that is the focus of the song and we're going to run with it. And it's a good choice.
Hell yeah.
Man, rats, something.
Or rats for candy.
That was the one where I got the whiny little bitch fatigue. But again,
I know.
I know. Dude, the clean guitar parts again.
So fucking good. Again, they have the most annoying vocals maybe on the album on that song, but those clean sections, baby.
I cannot think of another band where I have such
conflicting feelings.
These songs are what I imagine being manic depressive feels like.
Yeah, it's just it's so baffling. Like, man,
holy shit.
No one told him, huh? No one told him, like, everyone hates you. Stop it. Stop that.
You three boys, if you ditch these two singers.
Fuck.
I just needed a better singer to be like, if you guys ditch these two guys, I will take you to the mountaintop.
To be fair, Johnny was playing the organ.
He was.
He's like contributing a huge amount.
And even Jordan said, like, he's responsible for the hooky parts.
Yeah. And that's a huge deal. He just needs to shut up.
Someone fucking monkey pawed this band into existence.
Dude, exactly. Oh my God. That's a perfect way to put it. Fucking dude, what was it? Live at the Apocalypse Cabaret brings on the energy in just the perfect way for pacing.
You do kind of that continuing that thing from Vulture. That is kind of like a loose, like, it's like this punk version of Cabaret.
It's got that
throughout the whole album.
It's got that Old West piano on there. Not to mention the outro is the most gorgeous thing they've ever done.
It is.
It's just straight beautiful piano. It's like, again, adding little things, little layers. Like, oh fuck, I didn't expect them to start doing that. Now they do that now.
Yeah.
Fucking Beautiful Horses, one of my favorite songs of theirs. Comes in hot, rules. Those riffs are fucking oh boy, those riffs. And then out of nowhere goes full stoner metal.
That is like weird for them. Like Wolf Party, awesome.
Wolf Party is great too. What was it? That one actually is weird.
And then Devastator does like play into the like Cabaret theme. And then I didn't realize this was a bonus.
Oh yeah, Ladies and Gentlemen and Metronomes are bonus tracks.
Yeah, but Metronome, even though it's a bonus track, I think as a closer,
I don't like that one.
Really?
I'm not a fan of Metronomes. I like Ladies and Gentlemen a whole bunch.
Okay.
I'm not too big on Metronomes. I'm actually glad. I mean, I like Ladies and Gentlemen a lot, but I would rather both of them be left off because as
Again,
the album as it is, I think is just fucking perfect.
Yeah, just walk away from that's fair too. And his vocals fucking drive me up a fucking wall.
They are more cat-like. They're the most cat-like on here than they've been since the first EP, because he kind of steps away from the cat stuff in the first couple albums. Here they're pretty.
And let me tell you, when he's walking around on stage doing T-Rex arms and really...
Was that him doing that? Because he plays fucking organ, right?
Well, he plays but like some songs he can like walk away.
He steps away, does his T-Rex thing, steps back.
Oh my fucking God. Because I for sure have seen him twice, because I think I was like, I'm never going to watch this band again. And then they opened up for Trail of Dead. I was like, oh, all right. And then I may have like stumbled into a third time, and then I
just keep seeing this band.
Deleted it from my memory.
Oh shit! I think it's great. I really dig this album.
I always had fun watching Mark, because I was a drummer, and I would just the second time I was like, I'm just gonna watch Mark. I'm not gonna pay attention to Johnny. I'm just gonna laser focus on Mark.
We didn't even talk about how incredible the drums are in this band. They're unbelievable.
He's kind of getting lost in the hatred. He is so good.
It's ridiculous. It's absolutely ridiculous. So a little bit more about the making of this, or backstory. Produced by John Goodmanson, or Good Manson, instead of the bad Manson that we just lost to death or whatever. He's another big guy. He did the Cat for Cutie, Sleater Kinney, the Catheters, the Posies, Wu-Tang, Hanson, and Sepultura. Tom Ads. Now that's what I call eclectic. Holy shit. Hanson and Sepultura.
And Wu-Tang Clan.
Thing is, at least Wu-Tang, you can chalk up to being really, really hard like Sepultura.
Yeah.
Hanson and Wu-Tang, not so much.
No.
Not so much to holy shit.
It's more like the first bands listed here, like Death Cab, Sleater Kinney, the Posies. That makes sense.
Yeah.
And then
what the fuck?
Yeah. And then no, it's more like Wu-Tang and Sepultura are like the outliers.
Honestly, yeah. It is pretty crazy. But what does Morgan say about he says some stuff about playing live. He says, this is a quote from Morgan. He says, "We specifically wrote some songs in the album so that they would be fun to play live. So the material kind of lends itself to playing it live. Johnny has his Wurlitzer, which is the organ, and MIDI keyboard for organ sounds. I have my bass, guitar, and keyboard. Cody has the guitar, so he managed to make the sounds work. However, in the future, I don't know about how we'll make it work. I have ideas of bringing in an upright bass. Can't wait to take that on tour. Don't know how to make it fit." Which is what will happen, because here it does still sound like a band.
Yes.
Which will change a little bit on the next album, but this is like, I get it. I mean, it's fucking rad.
Yeah. If you're like a smaller band, I totally understand not wanting to drag around an upright bass.
I mean, I know fucking Trevor Dunn has done it a whole bunch.
I think that's a little different if that's like the only thing you're playing.
And Mr. Bungle, it was not the only thing he was playing.
Yeah.
Like Bungle had like the biggest. No, I mean Bungle back then, not Bungle now.
Yeah.
They had just like the biggest band in the world.
Yeah.
Not in popularity, just in number of members and instruments. So around this time, 2005, Johnny and Mark released an album, Chandeliers in the Savannah, under the name Neon Blonde. And then they also released, I think, an EP, or like in 2005 as well. And then Jordan and Cody, along with members of the Locust and Yeah formed Headwound City.
I remember that.
City, which is crazy. What a crazy combination.
That is more like the Locust. That fucking is crazy punk. Like
Locust is pretty wild.
Yeah, Headwound City fucking slaps from what I remember.
Very good, very cool, nice. But yeah, the big album for them. This is my favorite. I think it's killer. I don't think there's a bad song on it. Sure, it has some annoying vocals, but the writing, the presentation, the scope of it, the arrangement, it's just fucking spectacular. There's still plenty of moments to get lost in the riffs, but it's simplified enough for you to actually notice what's happening and to hear every instrument that's being played.
I can't even think of a band to like compare the emotions and feelings.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Fair enough. But we got one left, and if you've been paying attention, you know a little bit about how this is going to go.
Glad we came together on this one.
Wasn't expecting that, but I mean, I was expecting it at first, and then when the episode started, I was like, we're not going to agree on that at all. We're not going to agree at all on this. But this is 2006's Young Machetes.
So, it feels so good. That bass.
Those drums, I hate them, but it's kind of, the vocals are kind of appropriate.
They make sense. Annoying, but they make sense.
And this shit gets stuck in my head. Like fucking blast beats right now? What are we doing?
It's blasting, but it still feels more driving.
I know it acts on like a dancey. Oh man,
so fucking rad. So the accessibility of the last one is here, but even more simplified. Yet it's more heavy than it is fast and complicated.
Also, these are just somehow better songs.
Better, best writing.
Yes, for sure. Oh, fuck.
I would listen to that whole fucking song.
Best,
and I don't even think it's perfect.
No, it's not perfect. I actually think the last album is a better paced album, and that's why I like it more. But I think this has the absolute...
The good songs on here are the best things they've ever done.
And I would say there's only 2 songs that I don't care for, and one of them I already liked from the first EP.
Yeah, what are they?
Well, they re-recorded 1, 2, 3, 4 Part 2. Now the
It's
bitch
totally different.
It's the same song.
But it's different.
It's the exact same song. It's just better done. It's better recording.
It's called 1, 2, 3 Guitars here.
It's called 1, 2, 3, 4 Guitars here, but it's the same song. It's a re-recording of the older one, but it's just more fleshed out.
I thought it was more groove. Are we talking about the same?
Oh yeah, I believe so.
I'm gonna play it. One of us.
Yeah. Play it back to back if you can. So this is 1, 2, 3, 4 guitar.
This is totally different.
Is it? Because it sounded... Wait. Because I recognize this as the song from the first EP. Now we got to put on... All right. Well, I'm going to let it play while you're pulling it up.
Yeah, do that.
So I find this to be annoying as fuck.
No, I like this.
I'm not into this.
I like the break from like the crazy mash shit.
I like the break. I just don't love
how it came out. And I think it's a good...
Yeah. For pacing wise, it's a good decision for sure.
And I think it works, the like funky, groovy...
It does work overall.
Okay, so now I'm going to play 1, 2, 3, Act 2, Now You're the Bitch.
Okay. So you're first of all 100% correct about the intro. Definitely different.
Yes.
Way different. Wait a minute. Oh, is it the second half of it? Because it does get groovy, right? This is a completely different song. You're right about that. 100%.
Yeah.
Wait a minute. So hold on. Let me just get my bearings right. So on that song,
this is what happens when you listen to EPs off YouTube.
Fair enough.
Yeah,
that is true. And the only other song that I don't like, and I thought I was going to be won over on my second listen, and I wasn't, is "Spit Shine Your Black Clouds," and it's just too indie and poppy, and like that chorus is like, all right, boy.
I don't mind it. What I think, if I could fantasy produce this, I'm cutting every song after Lift the Veil, Kiss the Tank.
Oh, you're crazy.
Not every song.
I think they're all fucking bangers.
I know. All those songs just kind of run together to me.
I love them all. I love them all in so many different ways.
But let me tell you, What a shame that Street Wars Exotic Foxholes is not the closer.
I love Giant Swan as a closer. I love them both so much. I love both of them so much. And I actually do like Giant Swan as a closer just because of it's the most dramatic and deep and dynamic. It's the most dynamic song.
I think it's a good song, but I would cut some things and close with Street Wars because
Street Wars is fucking great. It is fantastic, and that's one that has stand-up bass in there, and it's got acoustic guitars. It's fucking excellent. It's one of the most musical things I've ever done. I love Giant Swan as a closer. I think it's their best closer. That song to me feels like them completely evolved. They've fully developed. Yes. It is a perfect form. They've become this amazing fucking thing, and like I said, I think the last album had every song I loved every song. I think it had better pacing, but holy shit. First of all, this was produced by Keith Picciotto and John Goodmanson. So they brought in Guy, the guy they keep copying, whose voice they keep copying to produce this. And it is the best sounding record by miles.
Oh, for sure.
The drums have that fucking giant, powerful in the room live feel. You could hear every instrument clearly. Mm-hmm. Nothing is overpowering anything else. Everything is sitting in its own spot in the mix. It's just so chunky and heavy. And this is the slowest thing they've done. They've had it's not like a slow album, but so many things you can hear so clearly what's happening. And and the writing is just holy shit. And you get shit like fucking Laser Life, which is super indie and bouncy, but perfect for pacing because it follows We Ride Skeletal Lightning, which is fucking crazy fucking.
Also, We Ride Skeletal Lightning is one of the coolest song names.
It's a great name. It's a great title.
But yeah, Laser Life, that's where the piano comes in, gives it this different vibe.
Strong ass bass lines, love it. And then it gets wild at the end. Camouflage is where it hit me how much I don't mind the vocals on this album. I think it's the way they're mixed.
Interesting.
Because they're mostly doing the same thing. They're doing a lot more singing. They're doing a lot more singing together, not just harmony, but just with each other. It's not so much them, one guy doing the copying Guy and the other guy doing the cat noises. It's more of them doing the same thing with each other.
Also, on Camouflage, is that guitar or are they playing the same thing or is it one over?
I don't know.
Yeah.
Because for sure the organ on this album is dominant.
Yes.
It's dominant. It feels like it's fully a part of the band. It feels like if you took it out, there'd be a problem. Don't fucking touch it. It sounds amazing. It's fully a thing that like I said, the perfect form evolution. Now the organ is a thing that is, it's so integral to the sound now.
I would agree with that.
Yeah, there's so many fucking. I love so many things on here.
Clunky second half for me, but
love the second half.
Last two songs and the first half are without a doubt the best things they've ever written.
Yeah, the leap forward in writing. It's not like I love the last album, but it's just so advanced. It feels like
it's so crazy to And they're not the only band this happens to, but to hear a band reach these highs and this be we weren't getting along, holy shit, because I don't know if you have anything else to add about this album, but they would break up after.
Yeah, and like you said, form a million satellite bands, kind of. Not satellite bands, but they'd split off and do.
Past Lives was the band I was I will listen to that band.
That was Jordan, Mark, and Morgan, which is and Devin.
Yeah,
the original guitarist.
And then the other one that I saw open for Queens of the Stone Age one time was Jaguar Love, but that had
Jaguar Love.
That had Johnny in it, and I was like, I'm out.
Yeah, Johnny and Cody.
I'm out. Bye-bye.
They formed it with Jay Clark, who was in Pretty Girls Make Graves. Yeah, I suppose. I'm curious to hear all these, but yeah. So they broke, and there's an interview with Jordan in Vice, and this was in 2014. I mean, it's funny. This is from Vice. It says, after the Blood Brothers breakup in 2007, all the members scattered to jobs, families, and more bands than I could possibly care about. All right, asshole.
It's you were part of that. You were in 2.
No. The Vice wrote that
Oh,
about them. It's like,
okay.
Jesus Christ,
Sorry,
dude.
I thought that was a quote. Yeah, never
Such
mind.
a diss, but it is pretty funny.
I mean, I think Head Wound City is worth seeking out.
Oh yeah, for sure. Let's see. So this is what Jordan said about the reunion in 2014. He says, for me personally, it's the opportunity to reconnect with the guys in the band and play those songs again. The guys are a huge part of my life. We grew up together. I've known Johnny since I was 12. And the opportunity to be in the same room with them all again was something I've looked forward to, and playing live has always been my favorite part of being in the band. His response to why the band won't record new music, he says, we are not doing that. No one wants that. I mean, by the end, we all just felt we'd done as much with it as we possibly could do. It became hard to find that middle ground where we were all inspired. We've been a band for 10 years. We started when we were 16, and years between 16 and 26, it's ridiculous the changes you can go through. Way more than the changes between 26 and 36, if you ask me. I mean, that's pretty, never mind. That's pretty big too. But
Also, let me just say, if they do, are they in their 40s now or are they 30s? They're probably in the 30s.
If 2014, if they broke up in probably late 30s.
Dude.
Yeah, late 30s, maybe early 40s.
The older they get, if they do shows in their like late 40s, it's going to be fucking hilarious.
I mean, the 2014 reunion, it was already like, damn,
Yeah.
Homeboy got big.
yeah, seeing a grown ass man do those like
yeah, it's a little. Yeah, it's
it hurts me doing it.
Yeah, yeah. But to be fair, they went out on a fucking high note.
Oh, fuck yeah, they did.
And they knew that they were done. That's also
No, that
to be like, we did this great album. I guess we're done. We've evolved. We're finished.
Crimes and Young Machetes, which also that's the best album art, which I think.
Oh yeah, Young Machetes is for sure the best album art. Yeah,
that's where they were getting all the exposure, doing the late night TV, and it kind of reminds me of At the Drive-In, where it's like a similar situation where it's like, they put in the time and work, and then towards the end of the career, they're getting all the recognition, and then they're just like, fuck this.
Yeah, I mean,
which I respect.
If you're not there anymore, like mentally, then it means nothing. Who cares? It doesn't matter that the world now cares. You're done. You've moved on. Afterward, this is all from Tom. This is like post, like really, really, really recent. Because they reunited, and then that's it. They reunited for those shows, and then that was it. He says, Tom says, there were super fans, and then there's the dude that made the Blood Brothers fan site. However, love and a fancy website are no substitute for coherent grammar, so to Wikipedia and Discogs we go. Like, you can't even make out what's like on there. It's that rough. But let's see. Headwood City, which we talked about, they regrouped and released an album in 2016.
Oh shit, I didn't know that.
And that's like the most recent thing that Jordan put out.
If I recover from this, I might seek that out.
Johnny had a bunch of projects during Blood Brothers' time that we talked about, but not much from him in the past decade or so. Mark, as with Whitney, doesn't seem to have been up to much musically in the past decade. According to the Ultra Fan website, he's married and living in Seattle. All right, it's very nice. Morgan joined Fleet Foxes in 2010, seemingly still a member.
I tried to call Hillary before coming here. I should have done it, in advance, because she follows them on Instagram, so she probably knows. But apparently, they're this all family men.
That's kind of sweet. Yeah, Cody still making music. Sometimes goes by the name J.R. Slayer, which Tom says now that's what I call a porn star name. J.R. Slayer is a pretty badass name.
It's pretty cool. I mean, arguably, he already has a cool name.
Cody Votolato, which I kept saying too many times at the beginning of the episode, is already a super fucking great name. Yeah. So that's almost a rare, at least in the past episodes that we've done. Usually there's who knows, maybe in the future. This seems and then they stopped and now they're done and here we are.
I wish more bands would do that. We have a pretty good, discography. Let's not mess that up. And if we play shows, we play shows.
I think it's also weirder because they're young. like usually you don't see it where like they have this band and they did this big thing and then they break up and then they all just have families and move on when they're in their 30s. Like I think that's super rare.
Yeah, usually, maybe they form other bands and then one of those bands gets some more recognition.
Yeah, but it seems like everyone just sort of like, all right, and now we no longer do music.
Yeah,
I mean, one of them does, but it's like they're not really doing much.
Yeah, like they lived that life and kind of scratched that itch.
That's interesting. It's almost more noble.
I respect it more than their vocals.
Yeah, I mean, I respect mass murder more than their vocals. Maybe not respect, but I definitely can tolerate it more. That's not true either. But thank you for so much for hanging out and chilling with us and talking smack. I mean, we're the ones doing all those things, but still, let's do a little recap.
Personal favorite. This Adultery is right. This goes down smooth compared to other things. Maybe not too remarkable or memorable. Worst, least favorite. Burn Piano, Island Burn. This is a band stuck between two worlds. Though the worst of everything. And then, despite the vocals, Young Machetes is their best album art, best hooks, best riffs, best songwriting,
best production. Yep. And for me, the Blood Brothers EP, worst least favorite. It is rough to say the least. And this is coming from a guy who hates the vocals across the board. At least they're mixed better in every album after that. And it's also pretty inconsequential overall. 8 minutes and it's not even bad. It's just rough. And personal favorite, Crimes. It is the one I like the most. One I think is the most consistent, the most well-paced, the only one that has no bad songs on it or no songs that I dislike on it. Dig it a lot. And then Young Machetes, which is objectively their fully developed, evolved form. Fantastic shit. Goddamn. Despite the vocals, I mean, we can't even say the vocals anymore. We know. We all know. You know. We know. They know. I bet they know. I
can't even remember what song that is where he says that.
I know, me either. But
it's just ingrained in my...
Thank you so much for listening and watching and hanging out with us. Like the video if you like it, dislike it if you hate us for hating the vocals or something. I'm sure you already did that a long time ago.
This is not even a fucking hot take.
Who likes them? Fucking lots psychopaths.
My friends, apparently.
Leave your picks for best and worst in the comments. Talk shit. Hang out with us. Do whatever you want. Like the video if you like it. Like I said, subscribe if you want to really help us out. Tell a friend if you really want to help us out. You can also check out the Blood Brothers playlist link in the description. Spotify plays for every episode pretty much, and we can find those at everyalbumever.com. Patreon.com/everyalbumever for all the bonus episodes. Super early access to the Loose Ends episodes. 20% off all our merch. You get to see our schedule in advance. You get to vote on polls. And if you're tier 2, like Hillary, our good friend Hillary, you get to request artists for us to actually cover and put it on the schedule, which we will get to eventually. It may not be quick, but it'll be on the schedule. Guaranteed. Thank you, Hillary, for suggesting Blood Brothers. I don't know if Alex will thank you for that, but still thank you.
I guess it made for a good episode.
I suppose it did.
I haven't been this heated in a while.
I know. It actually has been a while since you've been that heated.
Yeah.
You can follow me on all social media at PanderMonkey. You can follow Alex on Instagram at
Mother Puncher. And real quick, a shout out to Chase. I will learn how to pronounce his last name better for sending us cool zines and artwork.
Thank you for sending us your shit. It's amazing to have talented fans. It's amazing to have fans.
It's weird.
It's even weirder when they're also talented.
We're at a weird level. We're not like famous, but we have fans. It's weird.
We're famous in our hearts. We're still broke. We have a handful of people that know who we are.
But yes, the Patreons and Chase and Hillary.
Much appreciated.
Hillary would... I hope she'd still be my friend without the podcast.
We'll see. Man, it's so funny. Like as soon as I released my EP, I just forgot to plug it. I didn't plug it at the beginning. At the beginning. I mean, it's out, and I plugged it last.
Like since it's cut, that's right.
I didn't plug it. The EP. I make music for fuck's sake. I don't know why I didn't plug it.
You know what? If you want to tack something on in the beginning, I won't even.
We're gonna be doing this a while until next time. EP. Debut EP, self-titled by PanderMonkey. Check it out on all social media. There's a link in the description, obviously, for that. It's my debut EP It's not my. It's just it's a solo project. It's the first thing I've done solo. I'm very proud of it. It's cool. Check it out. I mean, you already know about it if you are a fan of the podcast, and if you're new and you're still listening, do that. Check it out. Cool. You can follow our history guy Tom Osman at Tom Osman Sounds on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook, as well as his Substack at tomosman.substack.com, and check out his debut album as well. So Much for a Long Day's Work, which you can find on all the platforms as well as the description. Cool stuff. And I think this shit.
Yep.
Now, I thought you were a fan of this band going into this episode, so I didn't really think about like what do we close the album with, or we close the episode with rather.
I was obviously it's got to be something off Young Machetes.
We got. Is it Machetes or Machetes? I was saying.
I just like saying Machetes.
Oh, okay. I was just
is to be silly. It's Machetes. No, I just it sound
Machetes.
I was just gonna suggest Skeletal.
You know what? Why the fucking hell not?
Let's do it.
Hell yeah. So this is We Ride Skeletal Lighting. Thanks for listening and watching. See ya.